I was talking about how we like to be liked, and how things are on things like Facebook. We go back and we check how many likes we've got. And yes, Dalma, I did go back and check how many likes I had. Thanks for that. And I was talking about how that goes back as far as school days, about how when we're trying to fit in, we come up with different ways, you know, the class joker, the academic, being good, however it is, we find ways and strategies of trying to be liked, you know. So we're still, even as adults, we're going around based on beliefs and strategies that we learn as children, and we still put them in place. And that got me thinking as well. I was talking to somebody this morning, Danny G, in our lesson. We had a lesson at 7 o'clock this morning in the gym, and we were talking about, in therapy they call it locus of evaluation, which is quite a big word. For basically what it means is quite often how we feel is determined by other people, and what they say is that's called an external locus of evaluation. When I'm working with people, what I'm trying to do or get them to do is make that locus of evaluation internal, which basically means how you feel about yourself is based on your own thoughts about yourself, not what other people think. You know, as human beings, I see it a lot. We try and be mind readers and read what other people are thinking, what's going on in their heads, and we can't do it. You know, I get it from a communication point of view. You know, it's important to try and be empathic and understand the other person, but I don't know what's going on in your head. You don't know what's going on in mine. So it's important to realise that we can't mind read. But what I also see a lot is people blaming each other for how they feel. You know, and one of the things I always say to people is, look, you know, if I point at you, how many fingers are going towards you? And quite often people get confused with this, but it's not a trick question. If I point at you, one finger, this finger's going towards you, this finger's going up for help, and 3 fingers are coming back towards me. And the reason I tell people that is to actually get them to realise that, you know, we're responsible for our own feelings, thoughts and behaviours. You know, if I'm reliant on, or you're reliant, say for example, on me for your feelings, you know, if Tony's okay today, if Tony likes me, then that means I must be okay and I feel good about myself. What happens when I have a bad day? You know, and I do have bad days. What happens when I'm a bit grumpy or I'm a bit angry, things have gone in my life, I might not stop and talk to you, you might think I'm ignoring you. Then if you've given me all of the power to dictate how you're feeling, you're going to feel crap. You know, oh, Tony hasn't spoken to me today, he must have fell out with me, he doesn't like me. You know, I've got 101 other things going on in my head, I might not even be thinking about you. So basically what we do when we do things like that is we're giving other people all of our power. And if they're having a bad day, it means we're going to have a bad day. So the point that I want to make in this little video today is about you taking the power back. You're responsible for your own feelings, thoughts and behaviours. Some people you meet are going to love you. Some people you meet are not going to like you no matter whatever you do. There's probably the biggest group are going to be in the middle that don't really care either way. So it's more important for you, like we spoke before, you know, self-acceptance, self-love, but also self-responsibility. Stop blaming other people for the things that are going wrong in your life. Start taking some responsibility, which can be a little bit scary, and start taking responsibility for your own thoughts, feelings and behaviours. It's actually quite empowering. It's really empowering, rather than giving other people all of your power. Let's start looking at how we can take that power back. You know, you're a lot stronger than you think. You're a lot better than you think. So let's start taking some responsibility. And this is coming from a person that's done, you know, tried to avoid a lot of responsibility in his life. But I've realised by doing that, I'm actually giving a lot of my power away. And I don't want to do that anymore. So enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the kind comments and feedback. I've had some great feedback, which is really appreciated. And hopefully I'll speak to you tomorrow. Take care. Bye.